Welcome, my name is Paul Mooney. I'm the CEO and co-founder of a new nonprofit called Decentralized Power. Today I'm making lots of clean electricity here on my roof in the East Mountains of Albuquerque. The following is a presentation on Decentralized Powers Mission to reduce greenhouse gases and dramatically increase the number of solar and battery storage installations. I'll be back afterwards to share with you how you can help. Please enjoy the presentation. At Decentralized Power, we view climate change as the biggest threat the United States and the planet have ever faced. I'm here to explain our plan to do something about it. Currently, over 70% of the nation's electricity comes from generating plants burning fossil fuels like coal and natural gas. This year, the levels of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere surpassed the critical threshold of 400 parts per million. Climate science tells us this is the tipping point beyond which weather and natural disasters will accelerate exponentially. We are already seeing this every day on the news. Climate change-related disasters like floods, record snowfalls, droughts, wildfires, hurricanes, and tornadoes are on the rise. The frequency and severity of these events, as well as the cost of mitigating them, is increasing dramatically. In time, these costs will overwhelm the already tight federal and state budgets. Most energy analysts agree that to combat climate change, eventually the vast majority of electricity generation will be from renewable sources like wind, solar, and battery storage. They also agree that sooner is better than later. Delay is not helpful. Every dollar spent on power from power plants is lost once those kilowatt hours are used. Every dollar that is spent on renewables eliminates greenhouse gas emissions and creates electricity for the future. The solar market has experienced tremendous growth over the past 40 years. Manufacturing costs have dropped 95% and are now bottomed out. Electricity output has improved and generous incentives have made systems more affordable. Yet with all this success, only a few percent of consumers have solar. Are you one of the few that have solar? If not, ask yourself why not. If renewables are a solution to combating climate change, then affordability appears to be the obstacle to overcome. Can we really expect the retail solar market to overcome this obstacle fast enough to reduce climate change? American consumers are getting poorer as globalization and automation reduce the availability of quality employment. Cost of living increases in housing, vehicles, food, and education are further eroding the purchasing power of consumers. To add to this already poor solar adoption rate, the tax credits are set to expire in 2016. Decentralized Power has a plan to reduce the quantity of electricity we generate at power plants and the resulting greenhouse gases being emitted by shifting the burden to renewables. Our specific focus is on electric member cooperatives, or EMCs, that provide power to approximately 50% of the United States landmass. EMCs are nonprofit utilities that were created in the 1930s by the federal government to deliver electricity to rural farming communities. At the time, a combination of coal-fired generating plants and hydroelectric dams connected by miles of transmission lines were the only way to serve the needs of a growing country. EMC customers are called members. The EMC's mission is to serve their members' needs across large expanses of territory that for-profit utilities determine are unprofitable. It is this lack of profit motive that makes the EMC market the perfect place to develop new resources and business models to rapidly deploy renewables at the lowest possible cost. Decentralized Power's mission is to work with the EMCs to increase the adoption rate of renewables by developing new business models, resources, and relationships that reduce the quantity of greenhouse gases emitted in the service of their members. We will create a web-based system and support center to design and permit installations across the country utilizing local electricians and in close coordination with the EMCs. The support center will also provision the equipment from the vendors. This combination of services will reduce the cost of installation by 50% over retail. New finance programs will turn electric usage bills into equipment bills. Members will participate at the same cost or less than they are currently paying to rent electricity. We will also advocate for a new type of government incentive, which is not dependent on tax liability. This is not the first time we have rolled out this model to the EMC community. In the late 1990s, my co-founder Lane Fowler and I delivered internet services through the EMCs to their members with the same type of program. It's time to do it again with renewables. I hope you enjoyed this presentation on Decentralized Power, a nonprofit corporation. We are seeking to raise $25,000 in funding to pursue grants from grantmaker organizations and solar product vendors. Please help us reduce climate change by making renewable electricity the standard rather than the exception in communities across the country. Your tax-deductible contribution will be well spent and greatly appreciated. For more information on our organization, you can visit us at our website, www.decentralizedpower.org. You can use the link listed below. Thank you for your consideration and generous contribution.